Alright, how's it going there everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, it's just about E3, we're a couple days away. Microsoft is about to do their presentation in a couple days, and it's early in the morning for me. Whatever, I managed to take time off for all the conferences I want to see. So that's really great. So the things I want to talk about for this predictions, I guess, is Microsoft, Bethesda, and Nintendo. And that's pretty much the most relevant things I can think of. I'll go over some other interesting things that I believe are relevant to me, at least. So I'll get them out the way. So first of all, I guess PC Gaming showed they're going to be showing off Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm really excited for. And then that's all the PC game really has going for it. They usually just show a bunch of tech, and if you want to go into a coma, I suggest watching PC Gaming Show. But outside of that, Baldur's Gate 3 is really the only thing they have to offer there. Unless they bring some other crazy trailer out that I'm unaware of, but I doubt they will. And Square Enix most likely going to show some gameplay of Final Fantasy VII. If not, then Square Enix is just another dump show. They usually always show their stuff on, all their really interesting stuff on PlayStation's show, but, well, PlayStation have dipped out, haven't they? So Square Enix might have more to offer. I'll check them out after the stream is over. I won't be able to watch it live, so whatever for that. But yeah, I do like Square Enix games a lot. I think they always have something to offer. They just need to get their shit together and start porting everything to iOS and stuff. So that shit's irritating, and their microtransactions need to fix that. But I guess, yeah, we'll move on to Bethesda first, and then I head on to the other big two. So Bethesda usually, they're pretty exciting to watch. You'd think, oh, well, just a publisher of games is having their own show. Surprisingly, they have a lot to show every year, which is really cool. Last year was really cool when they had the band come on for Rage 2. And Rage 2, I was at E3, I played Rage 2, and that felt amazing. Doesn't feel as amazing now that it's released. Now that I play Rage 2, it just kind of makes me want to play Doom or Doom Eternal when that comes out, because that looks great. And of course they're gonna have a release date for Doom Eternal. They've showed a bunch of gameplay for Doom Eternal. There's not much else they can show. I guess they could show more gameplay, but it's just going to be playable pretty much. So there's not much they can show. All they can do is just make some small announcement of a new feature or something for Doom Eternal. I don't know if they've made any like promos or build-ups for this show. I'm checking as I'm going now. So I'm 2 days away, so I could miss something before the show. They could announce something a day before the show or something. So that's something to take into account. But yeah, Bethesda usually, they'll come up with something new. There was rumors, but I can't remember what that horror game is. The Evil Within 2, I'm pretty sure that was just a leak. They didn't announce that at all. And that was a surprise for people who didn't see the leak at all. So it's possible they have some new surprises. Doom Eternal was a surprise, yeah. Pardon me. Yeah, Doom Eternal was completely a surprise. And they had an amazing statue at this show. That was amazing. Definitely one of the coolest statues that I saw. They had some really cool displays up at Bethesda. They had probably the coolest looking booth of them all. That was great to see. But yeah, if they manage to show Elder Scrolls, they could possibly show a cinematic trailer. I imagine they would, but we probably won't see gameplay, and that game's probably going to be a long way. That could be 2021. You never know. If it comes out this year, I'll be hugely surprised. That would be insane. I would not believe that game would be coming out. Elder Scrolls 6. But yeah, if we can see anything from that, that would be amazing, because I love Elder Scrolls. I think it's an amazing series. It's definitely probably their top franchise for me. people think, I guess, people, it's either that or Fallout, whatever you're into more. They're both solid games, but I'm way more into Elder Scrolls. I think they can do really cool things with it. I'm not going to go theory crafting into it because this is not what the video is about. It's not about Elder Scrolls. This is more about the prediction, so they're just going to show a cinematic, I'm guessing, for that. And in terms of any new games they're going to show, I can't tell you. I mean, they could show a Fallout or something. It's very possible they show us some Fallout cinematic, yeah? But I wouldn't get your fingers crossed. I'm not going to be bothered if they don't, because they just came out with a Fallout game. What do you think? It's a full-blown Fallout game or not? 76? That's up to you. I thought that felt like a spin-off. That didn't feel like a legit Fallout game to me. But it was still an enjoyable experience. That's not the direction of Fallout. It should be a single-player game, and that's how it is. So yeah, it's possible they show some sort of Fallout in some capacity. They're going to show a bunch of VR, of course, because for some reason they still think VR is a thing. I don't think anyone cares about VR anymore. And did anyone really care in the first place? Who wants to play these long-ass games on the VR? I don't see it. VR doesn't seem something for RPGs and stuff. It just seems very weird. I never tried VR out before, ever, so I could be wrong, I could be ignorant, whatever. Please tell me if you think Fallout or Skyrim or whatever is good on VR. Just let me know, because I have no idea what the hell VR is all about, and it doesn't look interesting to me. And that's pretty much all I can say for Bethesda. I can't predict any other franchises that they've licensed or whatever, or sequels that I don't care about BioShock or whatever, so I'm not going to predict that. There's most likely going to be a BioShock because it's been a long time since BioShock, and I think it's been hinted at a lot, so there's most likely BioShock going to be announced. Don't care for the series. If you're excited for BioShock, then congrats to you, a new BioShock for you. And if it does come out, Bethesda nail their shooter mechanics in the modern age. They have the best first-person shooters, gameplay-wise, available, so you can't go wrong. If you're a fan of a certain franchise that Bethesda's working on, that's a shooter, you can't go wrong. You're just gonna have a good time. And yeah, so this E3 might turn out to be a lot bigger than originally expected. I mean, I wasn't really hyped leading up to June, to be honest. I thought this was gonna be weak E3. Sony, PlayStation, they pulled out. Obviously, they take forever to make their games. They had a really weak showing last year, and they're like, oh, well, screw this. We're not gonna bother. They have nothing. That's pretty much it. The things they showed in pretty much the state of play, which they showed Final Fantasy, and then that was pretty much it. That's pretty much all they have, and that's not even a first-party exclusive, so yeah, Sony's pretty much, sorry, I can't say Sony, PlayStation is pretty much, they're screwed in terms of their lineup. They've got nothing. The only thing they're hoping about is PlayStation 5. And even that I'm not that excited for. Because what kind of games do they have available? I don't want to play Last of Us, another slow walking simulator. Sorry, that's just how it feels to me. I'm not going to go into Sony. I'm not going to go into PlayStation because they're not relevant in this. They screwed up. Okay, they probably would if they joined E3 this year anyway. So Microsoft, I don't hate them by the way. Microsoft are the first ones up. So they're probably going to show a Bethesda game or a new Bethesda game that's coming, so that might spoil the Bethesda conference, whatever. So this is going to be a really long conference. It might be like 2 hours long. So yeah, get ready to sit down for a long time of long passionate talks about how we love the industry. You're getting the men in the suits up there saying, we love the industry. It's like, okay, please shut the fuck up. We get it how passionate you are. It's hard to believe some of these guys, how passionate they are when they're in a suit. I know Phil Spencer's passionate about video games. I know how he feels about video games. He's a cool guy, I think. I don't have a problem with Phil Spencer. He just does needs to understand his fan base a lot more, because Gears and Halo just isn't cutting it. And speaking of Gears and Halo, we're going to see gameplay of Gears of War. What is it, 5? Gears of War 5. I have played Gears of War 4. Yeah, Gears of War 5, we're going to see gameplay of that. Halo Infinite, we have to see gameplay of that, because they already showed a cinematic trailer. So that's really cool. That's probably the biggest hype point for Microsoft. Who knows what they could pull some crazy shit out of their ass with Halo Infinite. And I'm excited for it. I mean, I don't get excited for Halo because I've just never been an Xbox guy for pretty much my entire life. The only Xbox I've ever had, well, I mean, I've had the 360 late in its life cycle, and I got the Xbox One mid life cycle. So, and a lot of the games I have on it aren't that exclusive. You got Gears and Halo. I mean, there's not much else. Rare Replay, of course. But yeah, I mean, Halo, Gears of War 4, I mean, it feels very generic. It's not really my cup of tea, but I feel like Microsoft do need to pull some more stuff out of their ass that isn't shooters. They need to broaden their sort of horizons with their first party exclusives. Not even just first party, but like also third person exclusives. As long as it's exclusive, that's good. It'll get people to purchase. Well, I mean, they're not really exclusive anymore, are they? They run Windows now, and they I've heard things about them putting Game Pass on Windows, so it's getting to the point where they might not even have a console next year. They will, because Phil Spencer, I think he still has the mindset of, you know, having a new console every year. Good on him for that, I guess, but let's hope it doesn't hinder their performance in terms of getting more games. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing a lot of exclusives on the screen, but it's not really. Apparently there's a bunch of first party, I don't know how to say it, in-house, I guess, development on different games, like 14 or something. Apparently, I don't know what to believe. They seem to lie every year about it, but I really hope we do see some new like the thing I want to see is just new exclusives. Of course, we're going to see a bunch of third-party stuff because they're the only. I mean, they don't have PlayStation to back them up in terms of showing a bunch of third-party stuff. Yeah, but we're going to see most likely new Call of Duty. That shit. That's my piss break. Call of Duty or Battlefield. That's another piss break. I don't piss that often, but I guess I'll be pissing more often than not in this conference. But yeah, it's gonna see some Fortnite bullshit. We're gonna see some PUBG bullshit. So a lot of piss breaks are gonna be happening during this. But in between that, I don't want to see another Forza. I hope Forza can just go die in a car crash fire. I'm sick of that series. Is annoying to look at every time they show that shit, because I don't care about racing games, and I'm pretty sure the people who play racing games are sick to death of Forza. There's so many damn Forza games. I mean, there was one point where like 3 Forza games released in 1 year. There's something wrong with that. The Xbox brand, it sounds like I'm really critical on them, but they do need to look into stuff outside of the 3 big franchises that they have. They need stuff like Fable. When they got rid of that shit, they should have kept that shit. Scalebound, they should have kept that shit, not got rid of it. I know, like, there's development hell and stuff, but you need to grab onto whatever you can if you're in the state of whatever's happening with Microsoft, because you're losing your fan base, really. All you've got is Halo, and if you don't nail Halo, then you've kind of lost everyone, really. So that's a huge problem. There's not much else I can predict from Microsoft. They're going to show some Square Enix stuff, I guess, because they say they have more Japanese games, but it's really just Square Enix just giving them the games. or whatever, Code Vein. That game should have come out a long time ago, I feel. Please tell me in the comments if I've missed something with Microsoft or any third-party stuff, because I can't really predict much for this. Like, oh, new From Software game. Oh, I hope we see a new From Software game. I think they make the best action RPGs there are in the modern day age of games. I think they're probably the best developers in the modern day age of games. I can't think of another band. Sorry, not band. I can't think of another game studio that makes like better, like well polished games. Like I can't. It's hard to find flaws with Dark Souls series and the like Sekiro and stuff. Sekiro was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I can't wait if they show something. They have to. Their popularity in the industry has just gotten more and more, so they have to have more developers on the team to make more games. It's really that simple. So From Software, man, they're gonna come out with a banger. I know it. Whether it's this year or next year, they're coming out with a banger. And yeah, my faith in that studio is just it's set in stone. Like, I'm happy with how that studio is going. They're the coolest developers there are, really. Next to Nintendo, of course, which I'm about to get into. So yeah, I'm gonna stay optimistic for Microsoft. Hopefully, there's some cool things announced. But I don't have that many expectations, really. Yeah. So Nintendo, of course, I have to remember a lot of things with Nintendo, because there is a bunch of vague announcements that has happened throughout the year or the year before that I need to remember. That could potentially be revealed. It's a bit hard. So I remember there was an Animal Crossing. I'll get into Animal Crossing a bit later. That was announced on a separate direct. It was like, oh, I don't know if Animal Crossing was announced for 2019 or it was just announced in development. So that it's very possible that Animal Crossing could be coming out this year. Animal Crossing is a huge title. It's something that gets people constantly playing. That is one of those games that have a huge longevity, and really, it almost is like an MMO. People are going to probably hate me for saying this, but it's almost like Nintendo's MMO. Like, it keeps going. There's no real end to the game. All you can do is just keep building from that, and they always update the games. They updated the last game of the Animal Crossing series a lot on 3DS, and they'll do the same for Nintendo Switch. They're showing a lot of support for the Nintendo Switch. Will Metroid Prime 4 be re-revealed? Who knows? I doubt it is, because roughly, what is it, 4 months ago or 3 months ago, they were like, they weren't satisfied with how the in-house team of Nintendo were developing it, so they scratched it all the way from the start, wiped it clean, gave it to Retro Studios, who made the Metroid Prime series. They're like, here you go, make a Metroid. Okay, so they usually currently make the Donkey Kong 2D series. They're really good at that. And hopefully they still have what it takes to... I don't know if they have the same developers on the team still since Metroid Prime, but hopefully they still have got what it has. Sorry, I can't think of how to word this, but hopefully they still have what it takes to make Metroid Prime again. And I'm really excited for a new HD Metroid game, because that's the only game we haven't gotten in HD besides Animal Crossing. I mean, I guess there's a bunch more else, but yeah, that's really I doubt that's going to happen at all. That's 100% prob's not going to be shown. They could have made a cinematic trailer since then, just a cinematic, whatever. How hard could it be to make a cinematic trailer in a few months? Couldn't be that bad. So they could always throw that up on there. Next year they could show a bit of gameplay. But yeah, that game is a long way out, so that's pretty much it for Metroid. Not going to be shown. I mean, most likely cinematic trailer going to happen. If not, I'm not going to cry about it. Not a big deal. The game is going to come. They can't backtrack on it now. So when it comes to Zelda, I mean, they're not gonna, we'll go to Pokemon first. They're not going to show Pokemon. They might show a trailer or something real quick. But no, all we're going to see is just more gameplay after the presentation, of course, in the treehouse and on stage. So that's it for Pokemon. They've already shown all the Pokemon news and that already in the direct previously. And now with Zelda, they'll show a release date for Zelda Link's Awakening, of course, and I'm super excited for that. I love Link's Awakening on the Game Boy Color. That was really cool, and I can't wait for this one. So release date for that, no biggie. We've seen a lot of that game already. Will they announce a new Zelda game or a new Zelda title? Who knows? My expectations is hell no. That's not going to happen, I don't think. I 100% don't think they're going to say there's a new Zelda game. They could say there's one in development, but they're not going to show anything. And if they do, I'll be super surprised, and I might shit my pants on the spot. That would be an amazingly hype moment, and Nintendo would win E3 immediately. Well, they will win, because I don't really have that much faith in Microsoft. Just saying. What's another game? Okay, they're gonna show a bunch of gameplay for Fire Emblem. Show some new mechanics for Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That game's gonna be great. I can't wait for it. They seem to be on the ball with that development. That game is on track and ready to be released. It looks like they're just fixing up some stuff, because they're revealing a bunch of stuff on Twitter about characters and stuff. So it seems they're really they're doing a good job with Fire Emblem. No complaints about Fire Emblem going forward. And I believe that's really all I can think of in my head. There could be other stuff. We might get a new Splatoon. I doubt it. Or we could get a brand new first party game announced. There's most likely that's going to happen. That's going to be really cool, because Nintendo usually pulls some crazy shit out of their ass when it comes to announcing a brand new title. And yeah, that would be really cool. Whether, I don't know what it would be, what it entails, I don't know. But Kirby, I doubt Kirby, because we just got a Kirby game recently, and Kirby's been supported on 3DS a lot. New Mario game, most likely some sort of Mario will be shown in some capacity. Of course, whether it's a Mario and Luigi game, if that's on Switch, then I'll snatch that up immediately. They're going to show off Luigi's Mansion. Don't care for Luigi's Mansion. That's just me. I'm sorry, but it's just not. That's just not for me. But yeah, they're going to show maybe a Mario sport game in some capacity. They're going to show a new Mario game in some capacity. Don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be big. I can tell you that. That's all I can really say for Mario. In terms of other franchises, I mean, I've discussed their really big franchises so far. I've heard things about F-Zero. I mean, people say F-Zero and Mother 3 every damn year. Shut the fuck up about Mother 3 and F-Zero. It's not gonna happen. So just stop. I guess that's it. I'm not gonna say much more. I can quickly talk about my excitement for Baldur's Gate 3. That was really amazing announcement. Larian Studios do a great job with Divinity, and I think they'll do a great job with Baldur's Gate 3. Darksiders, I love the Darksiders series. They showed off Darksiders Genesis, which is, I guess, the fourth Horseman story, and then the next game should be the final the final game with all the Horsemen. So that's super exciting. I love the Darksiders series. One of my favorite series in the modern age. And what was the last one? Destroy All Humans remake. Look, I mean, I love Destroy All Humans. I had an amazing time when that shit came out. The thing is the series alive or what? Are you just putting it out there to make money, or are you actually going to continue the series? I would rather a new game, of course, but that takes, it does take a lot of effort to make a new game. But it always seems like the lazy way to go to put a remake out or a remaster, yeah? Now, what I would like to see in the future is a new Destroy All Humans game. This remake or remaster means nothing if there is nothing planned for the future. I hope they're not just throwing this out just for some nostalgia kick. Okay? I really want to see something continue with the series because I love Destroy All Humans and I don't want to see that series die. I mean, it's dead really still until they announce a new game. So it's not going to happen this year, but who knows? Who's in charge of it? THQ? THQ's involved. It's very possible that they're working on it. They seem to be working on their franchises that have high popularity, like Darksiders, and I guess now, I mean, THQ have dipped their hands in a lot of games, so throughout the years, so they have a lot to work on. But yeah, Destroy All Humans is another popular choice, and if they're working on a new one, I guess they're releasing this game to measure popularity for the series. So yeah, and they had a Rammstein song, so that was cool. Yeah, that's it, I guess. I'm gonna get out of here. I think I've been going on for a bit too long now. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, of course, share the video. That's the most important thing to do. Follow me on Twitter and get the hell out of here, you pussies. Goodbye.